Ready?
What's up, y'all?
It's Trailer Dippers here, back again. How y'all doing today?
So we're here to do a dip review for y'all, like we said we would. If you can't see, we have 2 cans of Longhorn. One is Longhorn.
Now you can see they look a little different from their usual
Yeah.
cans. They
Or you know what? Here, I think I got an old Longhorn can back here.
we do, and I'm gonna show you something here in a second when he shows you old cans. A lot has changed with Longhorn recently.
Now say, here's the old Longhorn wintergreen.
It's an old basic plastic lid, plastic can.
It's all plastic. No, that's it. It's all plastic.
But then you look at this can. Now, here's something that's different about them. I know these are pouches. That's all they had left. But they're here, let me show you. Their pouches are a little bit bigger. They're not like as big as Skull. Skull's got some fat pouches, but they've gotten a little bit bigger. And we're about to find out how good they are. Now, something that's different about these. If you look, there's something missing right here. Pop it up. They've got somewhere to store your old pouches at you can redip. And actually on the bottom, I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but it says stow and throw. And I don't know what Longhorn was thinking with this, putting it on a pouches can. It probably should only be on long cut, like like everyone redips long cut, but.
Right, because I don't know what.
It's a smart idea for a budget dip, just because it's a good way for people to keep it. But for something like our Cope Wintergreen, I really don't think Copenhagen or Grizzly should even try this.
Now, see, like the other thing is from these cans that are old, like literally, if you've ever had,
they're junk.
If you've ever had the beef jerky chew, this is literally what this can is. Now, this can. It's a lot, like, it's more plasticky.
It's quality plastic. It's not cheap, like, it's gonna go bad in a few days if you don't dip it all in time.
Like
it's actually thicker than Copenhagen's plastic bottom, but it's not as high quality, but it's still a pretty good can for something that's only, we spent $1.30 on it.
Yeah.
And their lids are a little bit better. I personally I like the idea they're going for here. But I don't like that they did it on pouches, because I don't know anyone that redips pouches.
But I mean, like, that's still a unique type thing, because, like, you know how
I think Longhorn's trying to step it up. Like, they're trying to get up in the ranks.
Right. Grizzly got their own things that they've been doing with the can lids, like different the flames and then
the designs.
Yeah, and then like Copenhagen has the fucking where you
pop the lid out.
Yeah, the middle of the lid comes out, and just Longhorn just stepped up their game real quick. And actually,
I didn't even know this was a thing until today when we bought the cans.
Right.
And we didn't even have an idea of even doing a video today about a review until we bought these cans. And we were going to do a Longhorn
suicide.
Kind of like a Longhorn suicide, but instead of doing all the cans, we were going to do half of Longhorn mint and half wintergreen. Pretty much a full can, but mixed together. And we were regretting doing it, and we were going to. And we bought these cans thinking we were going to do a full can today, but we got these instead. We decided to do a review because I think it's gotten a lot better. The can alone's gotten way better than they were before.
And like the thing is like this Longhorn, the General, and like the other cans that like Outlaw and them get like from out of the country and stuff, the Sweden dip and everything.
General.
They all those are coming like with these things, and I think Longhorn's just like Longhorn.
They're trying to get up there in the ranks. Right. They're trying to become a big name, I think. And honestly, they might do it.
From what I heard,
personally,
with Longhorn, I've tried Longhorn way back when the old cans were still out.
And I had the Longhorn mint. He had wintergreen, I had mint, and the mint wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't good, of course. It's not like Copenhagen or Grizzly. Like, it's not great. But I can deal with it for the time being. It's just, I don't know. It's not my everyday dip. I wouldn't. Knowing Longhorn.
Well,
we're going to get into this review, and we're going to pack us a lip with some pouches.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead. I just packed a can of pouches.
We're going to He just did that.
I do that like every time I get pouches for some reason. I'll start packing it, and I realize my friends like that's pouches. I'm like, well, shit. Maybe if you didn't have fucking pouches, I wouldn't be trying to pack them.
Now, see, quick thing before I go ahead, and if he's gonna, you can go ahead and pack one if you want.
No, I'll wait.
But quick thing is, before these cans are already cracked. We've already both took one or two pouches out of these. Only because
we wanted to see what they were like.
So like that's what got us started to do a review for y'all.
But here's the thing: I've never had the Longhorn Wintergreen. He put it in earlier. I did not. He has not had the new Longhorn Mint yet, but I have.
Right. So we're gonna
switch and see what we think about him because we both. Our daily is Copenhagen Wintergreen. We both know what the best Wintergreen is, and that's Copenhagen. I don't care what you say. Grizzly's good too, but personally it's Wintergreen for Cope. So we're going to compare these today to some of the higher end dips and see how they are, how they compare.
Right.
All right, let's get some in. If you ain't got one in, guys, you better pack one with us. All right, so look, this is what the Wintergreen inside looks like. It looks pretty nasty. I don't know what pouches look. These are actually really dark.
Yeah, see, there's
these look like they have a lot of nicotine in these. It looks like because they're super dark. I sneezed. They're black. And actually, hold on. I want to see. Where is it?
I'm looking too.
You're looking for what it's made of?
No, where the nicotine things are.
It's got 15 total pouches in it. It's at least 65 domestic grown tobacco. Okay, so it's only 65% American tobacco. Domestic grown, I mean. So it's not completely American tobacco, which they never have been. Unlike Copenhagen. Alright, let's get this can. Let's go in here. It's right here. 65%.
Yeah, I know. But it's got 23.25 grams of nicotine in it. I don't know if that's per pouch. Right there at the bottom. Look.
Oh, right here? Yeah.
Now, I wonder if that's per pouch or...
No, that's how much it weighs, not how much nicotine's in it. It doesn't tell you that.
No, the 82, the 0.82 ounces.
Yeah, or 23.25 milligrams. Because Copenhagen only has 13 milligrams of nicotine in it.
I don't know.
Yeah, Copenhagen only has a little bit. Like, Copenhagen is the strongest here in America that they sell. But the strong...
I'm gonna go ahead and put me a couple in. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one in.
I'm putting two.
I might go upper. You wanna go upper? Since they're pouches, might as well. Alright, we're gonna go upper deckers. Since I've never packed an upper decker. Oh, I have, but not Wonka. I hated it. Yeah.
Huh. Give that time to soak in a little bit.
Yeah, let's let that soak in a little bit. We'll let you know what we'll talk about. So recently, if y'all know, some of you guys that are subscribed, me and him go live on Facebook a lot. It's Copenhagen Dipper?
Yeah, there's two accounts. There's Copenhagen Dipper
and Joey Wilson.
And then Joey Wilson. Joe Wilson is my everyday account. Now Copenhagen Dipper, I only get on at least once a day and update y'all, and then we try to get on here and make as much videos as we can.
And but it's kind of hard with our schedules because me and him, we don't hang out as much as we used to. Now that he's starting to work and I'm trying to find a job, and so we're not going to get together as much. But we're trying to get as much videos as we possibly can. That's why we're coming out with this review today, because it's been a long time since we came out with Vigil. So
now I'm gonna go ahead and say what I want about the can. The can itself, for being a plastic can and being a budget dip, literally, I'd have to give this. I'd probably give this can like an 8 or a 9, honestly.
That's really high.
Because honestly, like the budget dips that are out right now are all with the shitty plastic.
Before we say anything, we're not comparing these cans to Copenhagen, because Copenhagen is a whole different tier, can wise. Now, compared to other budget dips like what is there? It's Kayak, Decade. What else is there? I know there's a couple more.
Kayak, Decade. Where's my phone?
Kayak and Decade are two other ones, and their cans are like this. Like, they're really crappy old, like these Longhorn old cans. But honestly, Longhorn's new cans are probably the best budget cans you can get. And for us out here, they're $1.29 a can, which is really cheap. And to tell you honestly, the flavor is not that bad. Like I had the mint earlier, and I think it's better than Grizzly's mint. I honestly do. Like it's got like a Altoid minty taste to it, like kind of like toothpaste. Not as good as Coke Mint. It's not as strong as Coke Mint, I should say, but it's still got that flavor to it that Coke Mint has, and I love it. I honestly would dip this every day. And the wintergreen, now I have an upper decker, so I can't get as much flavor out of it, but it's honestly good. Now it's not Coke wintergreen. It tastes honestly.
Oh, and then there's Stoker's, but Stoker's is more
expensive.
Stoker's isn't that expensive. There's Kayak.
No, it's not. Kayak Decade Stoker's.
Kayak Decade Stoker's Longhorn.
I think that's really it.
Yeah, that's really it. That's all I can think of. Timberwolf.
Yeah, Timberwolf. That's another one. Hawken.
Yeah, Hawken.
Longhorn is probably the best budget dip right now that you can get, especially with these cans. I understand that you don't want to re-dip a pouch because once they're done, they're done. There's no more flavor. It's disgusting now after that. Now, I will tell you, the aftertaste you get after taking these out are not the best. Like Copenhagen, you take it out, it's whatever. You still have that wintergreen taste. It's not like you're taking out crap out of your mouth. Still tastes good. But with Longhorn, it's not like...
You can definitely taste the pouch material.
You can definitely taste that nicotine, that tobacco.
Yeah, mostly the nicotine. You can mostly taste the nicotine.
The nicotine and tobacco, you can taste a lot when you take it out. So it's almost like taking just straight tobacco, almost. Not like the good, like actual chaw, but like nasty tobacco, and taking that out is what you get from this. Now the actual taste you get while having it in is good. Like I think it's up in the high tier with Copenhagen, Grizzly, and Skull. Like it's up there. It's really good.
No, I just put mine down.
The can itself isn't as good as it could be. Now, if you look, I just swallowed my spit. That wasn't even that bad.
No.
You can swallow this spit. Now, if you look, these cans, the Longhorn can is much bigger. So it's a little bit bigger. Now, I mean, you get about the same amount of pouches you do in any can. 15 pouches, 15, 16, give or take. But it's really good for something that doesn't even cost you $2. It's $1.30 at like a drive-thru. So
go ahead and get through this. Honestly, I probably have to. Like, I give the can an easy 8 or 9. For being a budget dip, I give it an 8 or 9 as a can. Now,
compare it to something else like Copenhagen. No, it's not as good. But if you can't get Copenhagen, then Longhorn is my second bet. As in something I could do and not like hate it and regret it.
Now, see, Mint's got more of a minty, really good minty.
It's not as strong,
right?
But it's definitely a lot better. Like the flavor's better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they did to it or what they changed, but they need to keep it this way.
I kind of like Longhorn Mint better than Copenhagen Mint.
They're gonna sell a lot more if they keep it this flavor because it tastes good.
But that's just me. I'm not a Copenhagen Mint guy. I always dip wintergreen. I used to dip mint constantly, but then
you got sick of it.
I got tired of it, but like I don't know.
He tried wintergreen every now and then. He liked it, but he accepted his mint. And then honestly, he changed and went to wintergreen. He's never been back. He dipped it here and there because I had an extra can I didn't want. So he's kept throwing in lips to get rid of it, so he can put it on our pyramid thing we're doing over there. I don't know what you want to call it.
Honestly, I give Longhorn from the first time I tried them till now. They've stepped it up a lot.
A lot. Like, it's a lot better. Honestly, I'd recommend it.
Right. I'd recommend if you don't have the money to go out and get your everyday dip or the dip that you want, get Longhorn.
You're not going to regret it, honestly.
Yeah.
You might not agree with us, honestly. You might not agree, but to most people, this is going to be a dip that they can get when they don't have enough.
Right.
When they're really behind on money, this is the dip they can get and know that it's not going to taste bad.
So I don't know. I'm gonna have to say, honestly, Longhorn has stepped it up so much. It just towered right over Grizzly instantly.
They're Grizzly Mint. Can't talk. Grizzly Mint is not as good anymore than Longhorn. It's not. Longhorn Mint is honestly a lot better than Grizzly Mint. Now, Longhorn Wintergreen, I can say, is honestly better than Grizzly Mint. It's not as good as Copenhagen. I don't know about Skull because I've never tried Skull Mint or Extra Mint, so I can't say anything. But for Cope Wintergreen, it's not as good, but it's definitely close. Like, I could dip this and then Cope Wintergreen, and there's a difference, honestly, but not much of a difference.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference. I dip Copenhagen Wintergreen every day
because of the cut. Honestly, right. Because of their cut, that's why I love it. Their cut is what makes Copenhagen awesome.
Now, see, I dip Copenhagen Wintergreen as a daily, so I'm like very familiar with it. And going from Copenhagen Wintergreen to Longhorn Wintergreen, there's you can definitely tell the difference, but
it's not as bad.
It's not
Grizzly.
bad at all.
Like it's not like Grizzly. I can't go from Cope Wintergreen to Grizzly Wintergreen. Could you taste that?
You can taste
the chemical. Taste that welfare in it, like the welfare bear. Everyone says the chemicals. But with Longhorn, it's not that bad. Like I can really dip this and not really care. Like I'm not gonna regret buying this can.
And honestly, if I don't have the money to get Copenhagen, I'm definitely gonna get Longhorn.
I'm starting to get more wintergreen taste, and it's just getting better and better.
Yeah, every time you put a lip in of this Longhorn, man, I'm telling you, it gets a lot better. And a lot of people have tried Longhorn back then.
They said it was gross, but they have not.
They stepped up their game.
Their new cans, it is honestly really good.
They did step up their game a lot. Because when he first got a can of Longhorn, he did not like it at all.
No, it was disgusting.
When I tried it, I didn't mind it, but I only dipped it because that's all I had. But I mean, Longhorn has definitely stepped their game up a lot, and I'm actually very impressed. So, I'd give Longhorn the dip and the taste and everything else. I'd give that about.
I give it about a 6 or 7 compared to the budget dips.
Yeah,
about a definitely. 4 or 5 with Copenhagen and Grizzly.
Yeah, get it over top. It just towered Grizzly.
There's no honestly 6 or 7 compared to Grizzly. Grizzly is not as good as this Longhorn anymore. It's not. Honestly, to me, it's not as good. I would rather dip Longhorn than Grizzly because of what they just did. Their cans and taste have gotten a lot better.
Yeah,
that's a really strong wintergreen taste I just got. Holy hell, that's
and
really strong.
I'm telling you, this mint. I actually really do like this mint. I am actually.
And he honestly does not like Copenhagen mint, guys. Like, no. We're not lying when we say this. He does not like Copenhagen mint. He can dip it and deal with it, but it's not. I've never seen him put it in and say, "Yes, I finally have Cope mint." It's I have to dip this because I don't have wintergreen.
I do. I agree with Longhorn mint. I really do. I love it. I really do like it.
All right. So with that being said, go buy some Longhorn, dude. Go ahead. I don't care if you borrow it from a buddy or you take a pinch of theirs, but you have to try the new cans. For being a budget dip, this is definitely the best budget dip I've ever had in my life. Honestly. This right here, and these are not a horrible idea for something this budget.
Right.
For high end dips, it's not gonna go well. But for budget, this is gonna be good. They're gonna sell these quickly, especially for those who want to save money on dip.
And definitely think about it. Like, okay, you go to school. Okay, you got a can of Coke Wintergreen, but you don't want to take it to school and share it with everybody. Get a can of Longhorn Wintergreen or Longhorn Mint, okay? And, like...
I don't care because there's not much of a difference, so no one's going to care.
And the thing is...
And it's like, cheap, so if it goes out quick, who cares? It wasn't that much money.
And, like, you can't... Like, no matter what... Like, if you go into class and you got to take your dip out or something, just take it out and put it right in there. Just put it right in the top, and then when you want to, throw it back in. And it's honestly... Longhorn, the way they did that...
Honestly, I think they're doing the pouches for just this for now and see how it does, and then they're going to come out with a
they might do a long cut.
This. But they should do it long cut. If they do this later... Honestly, it's not that bad. Like, the spit's not gross. It's not, like...
No.
Disgusting. The taste is good in your mouth. The flavor lasts.
But I definitely recommend Longhorn. Definitely. I've tried a lot of budget dips.
Yeah,
Longhorn.
I haven't. I've only had Stoker's Wintergreen. Anything else I've never had Kayak or Decade or I've had Timberwolf Mint and it was horrible. I regretted it even putting it in. I barely put anything in. And I hated it. I've only had Grizzly, Copenhagen, Skull, and Longhorn. And Longhorn honestly is up there with Grizzly right now. I've never had the Skull Wintergreen. I don't think they have Wintergreen. I've never had Skull Mint, honestly. So I can't say that Longhorn is better because I've never tried it. But it's honestly better than Grizzly. I would choose this and buy this. I'd rather buy a log of this than spend more money on a can or log of Grizzly.
And honestly, okay, you pay like $6 and you can get 5 cans compared to paying
$6 or
fucking
$5
$20-something for this, for a log of Copenhagen or a log of Grizzly. Like, Longhorn is definitely a good ass dip, and I fully recommend it.
I mean, it's better than Stoker's, but Stoker's is still a good dip. Like, I'm not saying that it's horrible, it's disgusting, never do it. Stoker's is a really good dip, but Longhorn is better. The Wintergreen is better, honestly. Like,
I can't compare Longhorn to Stoker's because Stoker's is just so good. They got their
Wintergreen isn't good to me. Like, honestly, it tastes like pork to me personally. I can't do it.
I don't mind their Wintergreen, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, Stoker's they're a unique company themselves. And nobody can be as good as they are, and nobody can be.
You can't compare Stoker's. You can't compare
Stoker's to anything.
You can compare Copenhagen, Skull, and Grizzly, Longhorn, Kayak, Kodiak, anything how you want, but Stoker's is its own kind of thing. And their cut and their flavor is unique to them. So you can't really compare them to any other dip. But Longhorn, you can definitely compare to Grizzly, because Grizzly isn't as good as Longhorn anymore.
So, with that being said, go out and buy you a can of Longhorn Mint or Wintergreen or whatever else you want.
And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Yep. So y'all have a good night.
See ya.